And instead of having all the other unmasking of the other two members of Aces and Eights done on pay-per-views, you do them on Impact. And it doesn't matter if it's a live Impact or not, you have it done on Impact. To paraphrase, what kind of impact does that make? It doesn't make no impact whatsoever. If you want to truly make an impact, you do it at a pay-per-view. Now, does it surprise me that when Luke Gallows, now known as Doc, was revealed, did it truly surprise me or anybody else? No, because we already knew who it was. Did it surprise us when Mike Knox was revealed as a member? No. It didn't surprise us at all because we already knew who he was a member. We could already tell by his height, by his size. We knew who it was. And now you got the potential of Mr. Anderson joining. I mean, what are they going to do? Use Anderson as a spy to get the better of Aces and Eights? Is that what this is? Because if that's what this is, we've seen it before. We know what's going to happen. So, I think we just got to wait and see what they do with it. I mean, if he does become a member, fine. If he doesn't, fine. But if it's, again, what I think it is, then they're going to be starting out the new year on an even worse note because they'll be using a storyline that we had seen before and we already know the result of. Just walking across the street here. But again, they'll be using a storyline that we already know the result of. That's what they'll be doing. I mean, we've seen this similar storyline, if that's the direction they're going in. We've seen it already done in WWE during the Invasion angle, with Kurt Angle himself playing that role. I mean, come on, folks. I mean, come on, TNA. Seriously? If that's what you're doing, you really need to start working on better storylines for 2013. Now, it is kind of, now the reason I do say that, and it's kind of ironic that it is happening, is because according to sources, the Aces and Eights deal, a couple months ago, they said it was supposed to last another 6 months. So I think that was around October after Bound for Glory. So you'd be looking at, let's say, Bound for Glory. You'd be looking at, let's say, November, December, January, February, March, April. Isn't that lockdown? So you're telling me that if this is indeed what we think it is, with Mr. Anderson, like I said, it's gonna be the worst decision they've ever made. Because everybody knows the result already. You know, are you telling us by lockdown, after lockdown, we're gonna know who all the members are and we're gonna find out the reason? I mean, what's the reason going to be? Oh, the WWE didn't give us all opportunities that we wanted, that we deserved? But again, you know, is that what's going to... You know, and again, what's the reason going to be? Because, what, the WWE didn't give them the opportunities to main event, be world champions? Is that it? Didn't give them the spotlight? Because if that's the case, I know better ways of doing the storyline than just ripping off a similar storyline from about, 12 years ago. Anyway, I will give them credit that the Aces and Eights thing is intriguing. But one question a lot of people have been asking is, why do they make these decisions? It seems like every year or every other year they do this. Why do they do it? Well, I'll tell you why they do it. In a second, hold on. Alright, folks. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. I was thinking, a lot of people, like I was saying, ask why TNA does this. Why it's like every year, every other year they do this. They're suddenly doing this whole invasion group angle. They did it with the Mafia. They did it with World Elite. They did it with Immortal. Now they're doing it with Aces and Eights. It's like, why are they doing this? Why are they doing something or trying to, build on something that they cannot build on, and that being the NWO. Why would they do this? Well, I'll tell you why they do it. It's because you got Eric Bischoff and Tom Pritchard booking. If you got Eric Bischoff and Tom Pritchard booking the idea, then there's your answer. Hold on for a second again. Okay, like I was saying, the reason being is because you got Eric Bischoff and Tom Pritchard booking, and when you have someone like Eric Bischoff helping out with the storyline and supervising it, then you pretty much have your answer. Not Tom Pritchard, Bruce Pritchard, I should say. Get those two mixed up. Like I say, when you have those two, Bruce Pritchard and Eric Bischoff booking, then you have your answer. It's like, why would they do this? It's like, why would they do this? That's what people want. Why would they repeat? It's because they're trying to build, again, on something that cannot be built on. They're trying to revamp or remake something that cannot be remade. You see, apparently, and I'm not trying to be mean about this, but apparently, out of due respect, Eric Bischoff probably feels that, hey, if Lightning can strike once in a big style for us in WCW with the NWO, then it can strike again with whatever faction we bring in. That's why they do it. And that's why they're doing it. And apparently, a lot of people feel that this is atoning to a lot of the bad decision-making that TNA has had this past year in 2012, 2011, and even before then, 2010 or something like that. Even before Bischoff and Hogan came in, they tried to repeat it with the Main Event Mafia. But it didn't work. It didn't work. So, hopefully, after lockdown, when this is all said and done, because that's apparently when it's scheduled to end, this whole Aces and Eights deal. hopefully it will go out on a good high note. It will at least let us acknowledge that, yeah, Aces and Eights was better than the previous 203 Invasion factions. And that at least it gave us, at least it allowed several former WWE stars like Gallows, Knox, and whoever else to debut in TNA and kind of make an impact, if you will, and try to prove that they can be something. But again, we'll just have to wait and see what they do with the booking. But that's what I look at with TNA when as far as the booking decision goes. Upcoming in part 2, or part 3 I should say, I'll be looking at the best and worst decisions of WWE.